Good evening, everybody. We are here
Hello.
again.
All right. Doing some C# coding, some potato chip mining.
Yeah, I gotta just realized that the last stream that we did, I think I was in a rush. I did not merge it. So
All right. Well,
let me
get
see.
a little Git exposure here.
Yeah, wow, not great get exposure because I'm
I said a little.
still using a UI for it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
true enough.
let me see. Oh, I guess code one of my coding tools just updated. Uh,
All right.
Alright, so I just gotta push it up and do the pull request.
Wow, John, you're just doing all the work on this. I don't even know why you bring me along. Did you see your face on every one of those?
I just really like my face.
It's when we make our millions. He's going to cut me out.
Yeah.
See, I did all the pull requests. Documentation.
Yeah.
Potato chip miner's going to be next fortnight.
Hmm. That would seem surprising if that was the case. We'll just create Fortnite 2 and just be like, no, we came up with that name first.
Right.
Oh, how am I not signed in? It's gonna ask me for do 2 off. So I have actually got a 2-factor authentication token where you stick it in the USB and you just touch it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There was
Is
some
it like a fingerprint thing? Like that
No.
kind of touch it? No?
No, it's just you just need to have the USB in there and you press the button on it and it will like basically log you in. So it has the rotating key on it. But
Huh.
I think I left it at the office before
Oh.
before the shutdown. So now I have to do this right now.
So you're doing that through the phone? Is that what the deal is?
Yeah, I had to do it through the phone.
All right.
Because I just want to go in here and squash merge. That's fine. I can pull this down. We can get going.
Right.
What are we going to be doing?
I don't know, man. It's been a couple weeks, right? Like, it's hard to remember what's going on.
Oh yeah, because we couldn't do it last time because I had no power.
Yeah.
We had that crazy storm come through. Lost power around lunchtime. Didn't get it back for 2 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was a couple days. Yeah. So yeah, so I don't. So what are we working on? Let's see. So we were working on like the mine claims, right? That was kind of where we were at. We were trying to attach that to the. So we were able to kind of do it, but it wasn't part of the state, right? I feel like that's something we were working with, so you couldn't really save it.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that can't save.
Uh huh.
Was a problem.
So that is a problem. Maybe we should get some stuff saving. I mean, we probably once we get the branch all straightened out, we should probably just run it and play the game and see what we were kind of doing. Like try.
I just messed it up. So
What
see. So what I ended up doing is I merged it into master.
Oh.
Which is not what I wanted to do.
Mm.
I guess it doesn't matter too much. We need to get master updated with our latest stuff anyways.
Well, you took care of that.
Yeah, on purpose.
Right. So, I salute you taking the ball and running with it there. Get that stuff done.
Yeah. Just thought I would So I could fix it. I don't know how important it is to actually fix it.
Yeah, right. It's the Get Kraken stream.
Yeah. Well, so this is how Get Kraken works.
This is actually easier than doing the command line.
Right.
We still manage to mess it up once in a while.
Well, what I messed up was the um uh
Yeah, you merge it in the wrong branch.
yeah, so when I did the PR, here we go, March of the Aliens.
The March of the Aliens. That's how you know we're. Uh, that's pretty cool. I'll do my one little alien.
Yeah, shoot. What is claim? Claims. No claims. Oh,
We have
what?
to make claims? Wait a minute.
I think we have it set to no the claims not being active.
Oh, right, because we want them to be able to come on, like as a reward kind of thing.
I think so. Is that what happened? I don't remember us doing a thing that would empty that though. That's a little weird. Maybe I'm thinking we must have.
Well, yeah, there's nothing in there. I mean, we kind of just hard coded one in there anyway, right, to fill it. Wasn't that what the deal was?
That's why I'm confused by.
All right, so there's that if claims available. So is claims not available?
I think right now we have it set where it's not available. But why is that driving the state? Um, all right, so we doing here. See, this should have put them in there.
Right? Is there something
Oh, wait
like
a minute.
pulling
Wait a
them
minute.
out?
I think I think I typed in the wrong command.
But you got a table with nothing in it back.
Yeah, but didn't we have the claims was the command
It was like listings or something, right?
That's what it was. So we had to do listings in the claims office, and then we do.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So the claims was what was in our bag, which we had none.
Yes. So the claims is what we have. So the listings, that makes sense. That's why I was like, something's not right here. So I was able to purchase the one. If I go to the store and I can buy another digger, then we can go to the control room. Good. So the shortcuts work, so we can do the equip Pete and then tell it which claim we wanted to use. So now we should be able to do claims and see that it's in.
Mm-hmm. Oh. But it's not in use.
It didn't use it. Oh, you know what? Because we have it set where they're not available. That's why it didn't use it. So
Oh,
it's
so
the
it just equipped Pete and rolled a claim.
yeah. Well, because that's what I was looking at, right? Because its density is scarce and hard, and this is
Hmm.
normal and solid. That's why I was like, yeah, something's not quite right here. But then I remembered that we had that. We were acting in the control room as if claims are not a thing yet.
Right. Right, because that's what we decided. Like the first stage of the game is going to be that you don't really need them. It's kind of an unlocking sort of thing. Okay.
Apologize, I got the yawns. I didn't sleep great last night. Spent too much time. Well, I was up late working on stuff, and then I got up early because I was worried stuff wasn't working right. So
Oh boy.
yeah,
Sometimes it's like that.
yeah, yeah. Those are good times. So I guess the question is, do we want to? Try to think what the next step is here, because we were talking about saving the data.
Right.
Let
'Cause
me let's turn this on again and let's see what happens if we. Um, I
all right.
want
So
to do a
now,
save so we can check it and see what it looks like.
right.
Because things get tricky. I think it was going to get tricky with what we were doing. We may have been working towards it already. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think we were because we were definitely like aware of it and trying to get it to the point where we could kind of include that list the same way we include like the diggers and stuff, and the inventory and the store and all that.
Right. Oh my goodness. All right. So we'll see the listings. We'll buy number one. Actually, we'll buy both of them. And then,
Big spender.
yeah, right. Then we go to control room. Then we're going to equip one, and then we'll equip. Wait a minute, did that work? Okay, it did. And then we'll equip Pete with number two. And then we will equip. Alright, because we don't have the. We don't have any more claims. Makes
Okay,
sense.
that's good then.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, so now we gotta save here. I think the way we were working on this, we were gonna want to set up the um, there's no formatter for JSON files installed. That's not true.
Yeah. So. So was it going to get attached to the diggers in there? Kind of forget what we were talking about with that. Maybe we didn't decide. Maybe that's what was up, really.
Yeah. I don't know which one I was using. It almost seems like this one because this one's there.
Yeah, right. Having it installed kind of.
Yeah, it makes me think that it's. Oh, and now this time it worked. I don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah,
All right,
well.
we'll close that up. Yeah, so right now we have the claim there. This one has an ID of 0. Oh, these both have an ID of 0.
So that's probably not good.
No, well, I mean, it's not good, but I mean, at least the ID is there, right? Because that's one of the things we were talking about. That I think we added the ID to it. So
So does it exist like in the code? Is the ID on there?
yeah, but we don't transfer it to the state,
Okay,
right?
so it never gets dumped into that JSON file appropriately.
Yeah, so I think we need to go to our let's see, the digger state, and then we go to this one. So we have the ID on here. But let's take a look at um, this seems like this should have worked.
Yeah, the ID's on there.
Yeah, why?
Should we? I guess we need to see what it is when you save it. Like what's getting JSONized.
Yeah, shouldn't it get state?
Maybe we're not passing it in. That's why it's getting zeroed out.
Maybe. So there's an ID. Ah, so when it goes to get the state, it's not actually getting it its state. So we need to, which we added to it, right? So, so now we should be able to do that. I think
Okay. So okay, so that was missing. It was just okay.
it was. Oh, excuse me. So when we had initially done the persistence for the digger, we had actually focused on um, just having it as a like non-ID'd thing, right? Because we were just like, oh, it's just a thing. Like it didn't have an identity. Now we added an identity to it, so we had to give it its own state control.
That's right, because the ID was like it wasn't a unique ID. It was more just like an index in the list
There
at
was there
first.
was no ID in the
There was none at
well
all.
for the diggers. It was nothing, right? We didn't have
Yeah.
an ID on it, right? So the actual claim itself never did. Right, so go to the store, we'll buy our digger, and we go to the control room, we'll equip it. Whoop. Sam, yes. Oh, okay. And we'll do that. Get the
Just keeping
fireworks
it
committee
interesting.
over here.
Yeah, I like to just do that once in a while. In case somebody popped in, they're like, "Oh, what are these guys about?"
All right, so we got our claim. So let me save this here.
All right. And now the survey says,
Yeah, so now we're getting an ID.
all right, cool.
I think part of the question becomes is, I think we now need to give the miner, like we have inventory items, but we need to give them claim, like the digger needs to have a list of claims. Um,
Well, it only has one claim. It's a one to one.
it only has, what do you mean?
the digger only like the digger
Oh,
itself only has one claim. Like the player needs, like the
yeah,
miner needs a
that's what I was
list
saying.
of
The
claims.
miner needs to have the.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said digger. Okay. I think you said
Well,
digger. I heard digger.
I was thinking about the diggers, whether we were just going to use the information in the diggers or store it as piece of. This is like the miners list, right? Which is always the part that you go back and forth on. It's like, how do we want to actually do this? But we can have claims without it being attached to a digger. So I think what that really boils down to is that we need to maintain the list separately, which we
Right.
do in the code currently.
Right. And then we can just attach the digger to it, sort of.
Yeah, we don't. You know what the other thing is? We don't save. We don't save the listings, and we don't save the claims. Um, so like if we were to look at our by claim command, man, I cannot stop yawning. It's gonna kill me. So we got the claim leases, and it's already on the miner. So the thing is, we don't have anything for the miner state regarding it. Um, so we could. So
Sort of like
let's
those
see.
diggers there.
Yeah, let's the. Let's do this one first, right? Save it. So we'll have to add. Right, because that's the name of that type I think we have here. Yeah. Oh, is this just a list? No. Okay. Oh, that was weird. I don't know why I thought. So we're gonna need to do like a get state on it. So we need to add this. Declare constant.
So that's making that property available.
Yeah, I think this will just be a list of
Claim lease, right? Yeah.
claim lease state.
Claim lease state. Is that a thing?
Uh, it is now because we had to. Oh, it's still running. I was like, why is this still give me greens? Yes, I think that's good. I don't these. I think these should be all newed up as empty. It'll help avoid null situations.
Like trying to add something to it, essentially. Like, what do you mean?
Well, then if this loads up, we don't get null values in here. Instead, we'll just get empty lists. Which empty lists are tend to. Well, let's put it this way: nulls are something you got to try to figure out how to avoid. If null is something that ends up happening as part of your state, you should take a look as to why, and see if
Mhm.
you can try to avoid it. Unless there's a really good reason, you should really try to avoid the null type or null value. All right, so I don't know what I need in here yet. So we have to get. So we have this happening here. So let's create this. Oop, wrong thing. Let's declare the method, and then just do. Here's our actual list. And then we can.
So that's going to create that state object from the value that's coming out of the list, right?
Yeah. That just worked, huh? I wasn't expecting that. So what do we have on a claim lease? We have an ID, price, and in use. I'm wondering whether in use should be part of our load, and we just load that in as a result versus saving it. I guess we can save it. There's no real. I don't think there's any real benefit to it. Now we have a claim that we need to have the claim ID as part of it.
Because it is not on there. Okay.
I'm trying to. Do we store the? I'm trying to think if we store them twice because it kind of feels like we should. There's part of me that's saying that we should. Wait. Oh, this is claim leases. I'm like, wait a minute, how did this happen? These are in the same file, so so we should have them price. I guess we can store the digger name.
Right.
Did we need to?
Well, you're going to want to tie it back to it, I would assume, at some point, but
Yeah.
need might be strong.
Yeah, and I think that then the question becomes now we've got the mine claim. And I'm trying to I feel like this is the mine claim. So I think we need to store it in here as well.
Okay. And that is the piece that actually is attached to the digger, right? That's the.
Yeah. Right? Oh, it's just claim. Okay. So now we can do claim. Now we should be able to do a get. Oh, there we go. I keep feeling like we're in the actual the claim lease class. So I keep looking up here and I see claim lease here, so I keep thinking that's where we're at, and so I was
Yeah,
addressing it wrong. It's
yeah,
what?
it's a little confusing, I guess, like the way these names all. There's so many things that are named so similar. It does get that way.
Yeah, I think the other part of it too is that the how do I go back? Shoot. I don't want to undo code rush. Jump to. I thought there was a go back. I just use the mouse for right now. Yeah, so I think everything's going to be good. Um, haven't. Something seems to be happening weird here. All right, so now we'll have that, and this is a state, so this should be able to save. Claim lease is there. We're getting the claim lease state. Okay. The diggers are getting their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think the question that we're gonna probably want to think about is, do we want them to actually be references of each other? Like, do we want them to actually be a reference? Like one of them, like it feels like one spot we're gonna want to create it, and the other one we're gonna want to look it up. I don't know if that's
Like who owns it, you mean? Like the lease or the digger kind of thing?
yeah.
Yeah, like who has control of the reference?
I only mention it because what the problem could end up being, if we don't, is we'll have two objects with the same ID,
Hmm.
which isn't terrible, but if we end up changing the contents of one, it won't change the contents of both.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird question. Like who? Hmm.
Yeah, it adds an extra state of complexity to it, right? That on the load portion, how that's going to work, because we kind of keep them. What it really comes down to is we keep everything in memory, so we're not going back and saying, "Hey, give us this stuff." It's like it's just their part of the game. So we need to think about that a little bit. The reason I'm thinking about it now is because I feel like it'll be one of those weird bugs that we'll run into. We won't know how to fix it. Like we won't know why it's happening in the future.
Right, because it'll be kind of in two places.
hmm Yeah, we'll have two different uh, memory addresses for our objects, and so we'll think we're operating on both of them at the same time, but we're only really doing one.
Right. So like if the yeah. So if like that claims list is really going to own the claims, then the digger should just have like an ID to go look up
Yeah.
so that it's the same object. Mm.
One of the other things we don't have just yet is we don't have the anything for the claims office, but I want to test this out at least. Um, so we can do that. Let's go.
CD.
Mm-hmm. Just working on the command line, so it's like it's just ingrained. Like it's like, oh, you want to go somewhere? CD. That's how you get there. All right. Repeat. Oh, and then we'll do one, and it's in use. All right, cool. So we've got our claims.
Mm-hmm.
Our digger's got its thing. So now I should be able to save. Save that as the third one.
All right.
Take a look at. So here we can now take a look and see if we've got the items on the miner. Oh, that's
Where
the
is?
no, that's the store. Here it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so now we've got it. So you can see it's got the information in here. It's got the name, and it's got the mine claim here.
And then what up in the diggers list? What's up in there? What does that look like now? So that's got the mine claim reference as well. Like kind
Well,
of pointing the other way.
is that what's that?
So that's got the mine claim ID. So it's kind of so they're pointing at each other, right? Or no? I'm trying to figure out where that mine. So this mine claim is on the digger, right?
Yes,
The other one, where was that? Was that the unused one in the bag?
this is the one that is in your bag.
Okay. That's what I was trying to get straight, which one was which. So okay, so that is the one that is in the inventory, kind of waiting to be used.
Yep.
Okay. And then the other one is the one that's attached to the digger. and we don't have like the claim. We don't have the story yet, right? There's no state to that yet, like the claims office.
No, no, we don't
Okay.
have any. We don't have anything like that just yet.
Okay. All right.
Um,
So now, if we reload this game, do we have the stuff to actually pull it back in and set it up yet, or is that kind of where we're at?
I think that's kind of where we're at.
Okay.
And this is
So,
this is kind of where it gets a little tricky, which is why I was saying like I'm not sure how we're going to go about this, right? Because the question is right now, in essence, here we have a mine claim here that has an ID of 2, and we have a mine claim. We have a mine claim here with an ID of 2. So in essence, we actually have 2 objects with the same ID, right? Now it's unlikely that we're going to change any of this information, so it's going to matter that we have 2 in memory. Um, it's just it could end up adding to like something weird,
yeah,
you know.
it could lead to unexpected outcomes later. Depends on, oh, excuse me, how you tried to deal with it. Okay. That's yeah, probably all right though. Like you were saying, the odds of actually going back and looking that up and trying to change it are probably not great.
Yeah, like I mean, the only time it'll become an issue realistically is going to be the when um, we add more stuff to it, and we're like, okay, we'll make this so you can update it, and we're going to say, okay, they update it in their claims that they have personally, and thinking it's going to update the claim that the digger is on, and it won't do it, and it will be like, oh, why aren't they? Why isn't one updating the other? Um,
Right, because they're not
mhm.
the same exactly. All
Yep.
right. Well, I don't. We probably don't need to address it right now.
I think we can address it on the load. Like the save isn't nearly as important. Um, oh, here's something that we need. So this build from game state. We should add this in here so we can do the um, was it claim listings? So now we have to do a get state on that one.
Okay.
So we'll add this here. I don't think we have a claims listing
Well, it's in that like
state
claims
yet.
office, but that's well, right now it's just basically that list. That's all that you can really do in there.
Yeah, but I think we actually need to have a so we can do a claim listing. That's gonna be a state one. Oh, I guess it would help if I. Ay, ay, ay. So I'm gonna leave that there for right now, so we can come back to it. Because in here we actually need to return it. So create this object or this method here for this, right? So now we can do the I try. So I realized I did this as claim listing state, and it's really an IEnumerable. Um,
Ah,
so
it's a
that's what.
list of listing states.
Yeah, yeah. Because we got these objects for the list, which are great, but it's just I wasn't expecting it. So let's just do claim listing.
What's
it's
giving
just
you
listings.
pause?
I couldn't remember what it was called in here. It's called listings. All right, so now we just need to figure out what we have on here. I need to go to a claim listing.
ID price. Okay.
Another piece we're going to need to get here, the survey.
Yep.
Let's do claims equal to, just change this to listing so it's not as much typing. I think we'll be able to tell what it is in context. So I think we're actually going to have to go through here and get the state on each one and have the state taken because it's some of these are private fields in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to iterate through there.
Gonna
Okay.
have to do it. Yeah. So I'll do that. That should. All right. So now we can go here, and now we can actually create that state. We don't have an ID for the claim listing. Oh, we do. Oh, we don't have it on the object yet. And then we want price. We want the lease price.
And then those survey results, which is kind of hairy, right? Although,
I hope
so
not.
what's, well,
And then what was it? The survey.
yeah, and that's going to be that hardness and density values, right?
Yeah.
So
So and it's a
it's
survey
actually,
result.
yeah, it's the survey results. No, no.
So we could do this as I think to just make life easier. We'll just do it as a state object for it, right? So
So you're
that
going to create a state object for the survey results as well. So we'll just do survey. Yeah, there you go. Survey get state. Okay. Because maybe there'll be more. Who knows?
I don't know. I mean, well, there's going to be more stuff that we're potentially going to be adding to survey, right? Because
Hmm.
really,
Yeah.
we may want to capture whether they have other types of minerals or materials or other types of
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah. That all makes sense. So might be a little overkill now to get two properties out, but
Yeah,
it's a better, and it's in the pattern, right? We've been doing this for everything else.
yeah. So, and then I need to also do a class called survey result state. All right, so we'll have that. I'll just leave that there. And I feel like there should be a way to. I wonder if on this, if I can actually. Come on.
If you can actually what?
I was wondering if I could just do it for all of these, but I cannot.
Like in one fell swoop.
Yeah. How do I have to look up all the shortcuts again? Oh boy. Get that added in there. What did that say it was doing? Why is that red?
Why is that red?
Oh, I'm missing a
Is it
comma.
okay? It's a good reason.
Yeah, that'll do it for you. And then now, so now we have this, so now we can actually state, awesome. And then we want to pass in density and the hardness. All right, and then this is going to be the return on this, and then we just need to get these types added. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, so now we got these. So now we got all the data getting saved, or getting populated for the state on a save. So now we just need to make sure that this here. So this actually should be different. Instead of this being claims listing state, it should be a list of
Right.
those states. Whoa. So I don't have the
What?
I don't have
Yeah, the
collections included.
collections.
Yeah, I have it set up to not pull those in. Yes, I expected that to go sec. I don't have a to list on here. All right, so that should save. I should be able to just open this up and save it, the game, and see if it's got the 2 items in there
Okay.
whenever it decides to start up.
Excuse me.
All right, so test 4. All right. Whoa.
So there's nothing in there.
Yeah, that's not good. Did I get it from the right spot?
Maybe not. So keep state claims listing, get state.
Let's see if that even gets called.
Oh, there it is. Oh, there's none in there already.
How did it not? How did it end up with none? Because if I go to the and then do listings, I got them there now. So now if I do a save, yes.
Is it because you didn't buy any?
Well, this should be what you have in the store, I thought.
Yeah,
So
that's what our intention is, right? Yeah, because it's right there next to the miner store.
let's see where this is getting used. To test. Oh, interesting. So we're not actually even adding it to the It's just part of the claims office.
Huh.
That means we have it sitting on there not being used. We're gonna need some. We're gonna need to have some tools here that let us know that that's happening. Um, we're only using it one spot. So I think what we should do then is, well, what we can do is we'll move it so it's in the claims office, right? So I think the
Okay.
question here is, do we have a way of getting? Yes, we have a way of getting that listings.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we're okay. So we can get the listings. So over here, instead of doing the claim listings there, we should do claims
Claims
office
office listings.
listings.
Right. Okay. And that's the list we wanted, really. Because
Yeah,
what was he even doing at that point? It was weird.
I think we just had it. We had an unused property on the game state.
So it let us, but there was nothing in it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think we need some of the tools that we can use that will let us know when we have stuff that's not being used. Um, I'd be afraid to. Oh,
A
I'd be
couple of
afraid to
yawny
run it
guys.
now. What's that?
So we're a couple of yawny guys tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I almost didn't feel like doing it, man. I have to tell you. Part of me is kind of feeling like we may have to cut it a little early, just because I'm feeling
Yeah,
beat.
you look like you're having a little bit of a hard time, but we can call it at like 8 o'clock or 7:45 or something.
Yeah, I didn't want to not do it though. That was the thing. I was just like, I really want to do it, but
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But I also feel tired, so I'm okay with that.
yeah, I had to tell you, a part of me wants to definitely do this in a graphical game. Like part of me is like interested in the idea of like what we could do, like if we were to do it in something. I don't know what we would do it in just yet.
Right? We have to imagine what that UI would even look like. So we almost would need to like storyboard it a little bit.
Yeah, I think the I think it would be neat to do it where we could even do it where it's like you got a guy that runs around and has to run to different things to do it. Like we could potentially make it first person, and so you kind of have to run to the different stuff.
Right, to go into the different rooms and things.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I have to think of how fun that would be. I'm not
Uh,
sure how fun it would be.
I know, but that reminds me of part of what the story was with the uh, Star Wars Online, the first one.
Mm,
As
just
some
having to
people
kind
would,
of walk to everything.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just stuff was everywhere. So we got listings. Yes, now we're getting them. Yeah, I remember running all over the world just to get to my different stuff because you would go to the places and just anchor it down versus buying it. Now we still can have that as part of this. I'm not saying we don't we eliminate that because I feel like there was I never made it to that portion of the game, but I think there was something that was along those lines.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I definitely like could picture it being like menus and clickable and sort of graphical. But I don't know. So like as if you were at a control panel that was graphical. So we could kind of show the diggers like doing some kind of animation to show that they were on. And they could like kind of be smoking on the screen or something or have some different kind of icon when it's broken or when it's
Mm-hmm.
full. Yeah, and then we could have sort of probably have like little like indicator type stuff if when we have like the upgrades. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it would
Right.
look a little different.
Yeah.
Might be able to do something like that. I would love to have like a map. So like you had like regions that were rich in certain things, so you could try and get claims like there. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that part of it would be cool too. I don't know, man. It might be neat. You'd have to think about what that is, but it'd be kind of cool to take this in a new direction. because we are a little bit in the weeds here. Like it's a lot of like heavy duty, like low level coding we're doing.
Right.
So it'd
I'm
be
not
cool to
sure
have a
what you're
little,
getting at.
well, to have like some visual feedback instead of just having the consoles run for all the work that we're doing with
Oh, yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
all, you know what I mean? Like when the game runs, you kind of get a little better, a little more feedback from it. Be a little more fun that way.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, but so now here we've got it saving because
Hmm.
here's now the claims listings that are available in the game. So that's good. So now we've got that in there.
Right. So when we go back, the store will be stocked with
Yeah.
whatever it was stocked with previously.
Yeah, so we should be. So let me see if we actually. We don't have anything. Well, let me create one, and then we can see if I want to. I want to buy. Let's see, one of these, and I'll just store it instead of using it, and then I'll buy. I guess I'll just buy one of them for right
Right.
now. Oh,
So this is going to be a test of like the inventory portion of the claims, right?
yeah, yeah. So
All right. So one in the store and one in your bag.
yeah, that's fine. Yeet. All right. So we don't have any way of loading data just yet. Um, it'll load. So it's not totally true. Some of it will work because it's children of things that we're already doing the save of.
Hmm.
Um,
Right. So just kind of rebuild those objects still.
yeah. So those will work okay, but we won't have everything. So the save is going from there. That shouldn't be an issue. So yeah, so here's where we're going to start, right? So we have the miner, which now we have those claims on there. So now we have to go and address this from state, right? And so this actually goes to the miner. It says from state. Does the constructor. So now we've got this piece of work here. So now we need to add. Is it not called? Oh, claim leases. Okay. And then we have to say state. All right, so we have our claims leases. I think what we're going to need to do is do a new claim lease where we can pass that in.
Okay.
Because because here we do need to get the ID and everything, so I need to get that set up in here. So that's not too bad. All right, so now we can add a new constructor on here. And then we'll take in the state.
Okay.
So then we can set the ID to state.id. Price is equal to you know what we did? This is fine. We need to have this here too.
So are we still going to need that other constructor that just takes the claim and price?
It's already being used on that's how we create claims right now.
Okay. So for that purpose, yeah.
Yeah. And because this here is going to do oh, interesting. Okay, so I guess for right now we'll just do it new. And I'll just take the state of that. Mineclaim.id. Then we'll do the hardness. State.mineclaim.hardness.
Hmm.
And density.
And that's it for that, right?
Yeah, that should do the trick.
Why is it unhappy?
It doesn't like the fact that. Oh, you know what? Because this actually has a constructor on it.
Oh, right, because you're newing it up, but really we can just do it with the constructor now. Okay.
Yeah, because I think this is the.
Yeah, bet you that is it. Why is it still upset? What's up with that?
Uh,
It's looking at the wrong constructor still.
well, it's looking at the fact that I had those SWAT
Okay,
because
now it's
parameters
happy.
matter, right? Order
Yep,
matters on the
the
constructor.
position matters. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that is good. All right, so we've now taken care of that one. Oop. Oh, that's right. Uh,
Woo.
yeah, so what I realized is the claim lease is actually an object, right, for our collection. So what we need to do is make a new method here that will then go through each of these. This should have been static. Why did this not come in as static? Oh, wait a minute. Was I passing this in on claim leases?
Yeah, you lost me a little bit where we're going with this.
Uh, oh, this name changed. Uh-oh. What happened here? So, so you see, so part of the problem is we have two objects right now called claim leases. So
Oh, how did that happen?
I don't know.
In the same file too, right?
Yeah, I am not sure what happened. I must have hit something. So, leases.
This is
Yeah. Um, I'll just do that, and then
so.
does ID even matter? I guess it does. I'm trying to. So we don't have a way of. We have a way of adding a claim lease, but it's going to re-ID it, which probably doesn't matter because the ID is kind of irrelevant. So we could, in essence, just do uh, do a new claim lease. Yep. And then do a for each on here and kind of just say
Okay, so it's going to load them off your state for you. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that'll do it. I'm gonna just run a build here real quick. All right, so good on that.
Okay. The question is, does it do what we want it to do?
I think so. One last piece here that we didn't address is we've got to get the claim listings.
Right at that top level. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
So you're wondering how to pull it out there?
yeah, I'm trying to think of how to get it in here, right? Because what we're doing up here is we're getting that from the state and then doing the thing. So maybe I can just do listings.get from state. I think that might be good. Right, so we can just do listings and we can just say from state,
Right.
and then we can pass in the.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So we'll declare that. Okay, so
And we got to do that operation again.
yeah, I think that's basically it, right? So
Massage it back into that list now.
see, now this one is a problem. Do you think we should accept the ID if it has one? That's what I'm thinking here, right? So right now here we're trying to get an ID for it.
But you think it should accept it, or just not, or
Yeah,
skip that process if it already has one?
it's kind of what I'm thinking.
It seems reasonable.
I'll tell you, my biggest concern is the fact that we're going to have we would need logic in here to make sure that the ID doesn't already exist. So if something's trying to push it in and then we already have that ID, it
Hmm.
it seems like it would be problematic. I'm wondering if we should make it as a. I wonder if this one we should do different because ID does matter here. Maybe we can do it where we can take a constructor argument for it. We'll just have one that's empty.
And then we'll generate it. Does that really save us, though, from the problem you were thinking of? I don't know that it does.
Okay, so the difference is here we're protecting it specifically on creating the claims listings. Here, this is in game, this is how the object gets actually used. So here we don't want to accept an ID. We want to
Hmm.
set an ID. But normally, but we have a special case where we're doing a load from state. So when we're loading from state, we're going to want to bring in this ID that we've got.
Right. It should have an ID because it's already been issued one.
Right. So in the case of a constructor, like the idea behind a constructor is you want to be able to create an object that is ready to be used. Right? You don't want to have a situation where you're creating an object and it's in a partial state.
Right. And then you got to work it to make it
Yeah.
ready.
Like you want to try to avoid that. Now, that's not possible all the time. So to me, I'm thinking this would be a good spot that we could actually just do it. excuse me, we can do it here. We can just make this the claim listing. We'll just do that, and then now we can just do whatever we want with that, right?
Okay.
So now we can, because we're actually going to have that listings. Now we can actually just do. We could just do listings.
It's getting a little quiet around here. Need some fireworks.
It's getting a little quiet. Yeah, so now we can do. Oh wow, this is gonna get bigger than I thought. So now we need to do a new mine claim. No, x dot claim dot id dot claim dot chip density x dot claim hardness, and then this next one, it's price. Shoot, this doesn't have. This claim listing doesn't give us an option to set the ID. All right, let's just make life easier, and we're just gonna do dot from state here. There we go, and then we can make this a method here just to make our life a little bit easier. And I think realistically we'll just end up having this return a new and we'll just pass in the state. All right, so we don't have that constructor yet, but
Here we go.
this will make so we got the state, so then I need to just go this dot id equals state dot id. Actually, I guess I don't even need this because we're good.
Right.
Claim equals state dot claim.
So this is basically just a mapping, right?
Yep. But it'll make it definitely will make it easier when we want to add stuff to this. That we'll just have one spot that we have to do it. Oh no, another one.
We could do that. Can you do that from state to get it out, or no? To get the survey stuff out.
No.
Gonna have to do it again, huh?
Yeah. See, this is where it comes down to, like, I feel like I've done this. So I want to do this one also. So then this is going to be a survey results. From state. All right, so we'll do this one first, then we'll come back and do this one. I should have done this one on the mine claim way before, but I did not.
Yeah.
Oh Going really slow here. Come on. All right, so now that we've got that one there, we'll call into that. See, what's nice about doing this, even like this, we don't even have to make this public, right? Because of that, we can actually make this private, and then that way you can't actually call into it. That's what we should have been doing. So now I should break all these other ones and just add this from state. Oh my goodness.
Sound like your computer's getting upset at you.
Yeah, it's just dogging at the moment. Even the ping, the text just goes. I'm sure it's Skype that's just saying no go. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
How is Skype taking more than OBS? And OBS is doing the transcoding of the freaking video. That's crazy. So let me look at their list. Where was that one at? Oh. Claim listings. Yeah, so like here's another one to make this private. And then down here, because of this, we can actually use this one, which, you know,
Start switching all that over now, huh?
what's that?
Oh, it's just all the stuff we're talking about. As we go through this and we think about like, what we should have done. I wonder if when we go to the if we end up making the move to like a more graphical kind of game, I wonder if we should sort of like just redo this code and take like what we've learned and try and embed it.
I definitely think we should. I think the fact of doing this actually is helping us get a sense of what this is supposed to work like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'll help us definitely down the road.
Yeah, well, then there's still like legacy stuff in there from when I started it as like a true console app that we still kind of tripping over. You know what I mean? Like just wasn't right. Wasn't ever set up right. So it might be worth it to like you said, like we have an idea of how this should work now.
Yeah. All right. So I think that was the last one. Oh, I hadn't done this one yet. That's right. So yeah. So now we can just do a normal one. So because there's nothing special on this one. Whoa! Isn't this? Yeah. Okay.
So I think once we get this going, maybe it'd be time to call quits if you want to call it a little bit early tonight. It's getting
Yeah.
about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So if we get this, if this actually does what we think it's going to do, it might be a good time to kind of
Wow.
mark it. Oh, but it didn't. Yeah.
It's saying it doesn't.
Does it not
Oh.
like the
It,
the type that's
yeah.
coming
Yeah. Yeah.
in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What I missed was I think when I created this, I didn't have the type yet.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. really. I tried to scroll, and it's like, nope, we're gonna lock up for a little bit here.
Scrolling is too much.
Yeah, it just can't. I can't handle it. Can't handle it. All right. What? What? No, that was fine.
Oh,
Yeah, sometimes you just miss it.
come on. You knew what I want to do. Come on, Visual Studio.
Yeah. Seriously. Seriously. All right. Do a few aliens. Oh, window took over.
Oh, here they come. I'll do the fireworks.
Oh, I didn't do the. I thought I put in there where it would have a random stop point. I guess I didn't get to that. All right, so it loaded. It didn't throw up.
That's positive.
Let's go to the claims office and do listings. Wait a minute.
Are they the hard-coded listings?
Well, they would be anyways. The part that I'm concerned about is that I thought 5 should not have had. I thought I saved over the 5 with something else. Um, yeah, see, this should have only had one item in here.
So something's wrong.
Yeah, and there should have been one in my claim. So let me see if there's one there too. Okay, so that loaded okay. It's almost like.
Is it not using the state maybe at all to load the store?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Um, maybe we missed it. Maybe that was still outstanding. Let's look because
Was that like a builder or something that handled that?
see this claims office listings from state.
Okay.
Uh, hmm. Let's do this, and let's start over. Because I feel like this didn't happen the way we expected it to.
No, it doesn't seem like it did. I mean, the results certainly weren't what we expected.
Well, there's that. Yeah. Uh, no. I'm gonna load test 5. So coming in here, so the game state has 2 in the listings. Okay. Oh, wait a
Well,
second.
why does it have 2 in the listings? Isn't this the one that's supposed to have 1?
Well, because the default loads. Right?
Oh.
So we still have that. It should overwrite it. But what's happening. All right, so I figured out what's happening, right? So This here is making a call to this from state on listings, and it's returning a listings object. This is not the right spot for it. What we probably want to do is something more like uh, claims office room dot from state.
Like this, okay, like the store up there, kind of.
Yeah, and so then here now we can go to this. No, no, can't do that either. I think what we're going to need to do is actually have a void here for right now and just say update from state. I was like, why? Oh man, my computer's deaf. We're going to have to call it because my computer's just getting tired.
All right.
But so now here what I should be able to do is I should be able to now do listings equals claim listings.
Is it the parameter you're passing or no?
So what it is that I didn't make it a I didn't make it a static. So if you go to this, you'll see that that's
So now that if make that static, then it'll be.
yeah. Cannot be assigned to.
Is it that listings equals? Oh, because there's no setter.
Yeah, because at the time
There
we
you
only
go.
were doing it from the constructor, so it just doesn't make sense to have it. It does not. So we want to say update from state. Oop.
Form state.
Let's try this one more time. I think this is going to be the winner. I think it's going to be the winner.
Suspense is building.
Dun-dun.
All right. Count one. I like that.
Well, that's in there, right? So in here we should have two,
Oh.
right? So we haven't made. Now we go and step over it.
Okay.
Now we should have just one, and we do. All right, cool.
Okay.
So now you should go to the claim office. Oh, the claims office.
You got to do the listings. Yeah. But there's still two.
Why are there still two? Why are there still two? Why are there still two? Yeah, so yeah, this is wait a minute. Where does listings? Where's the listings command? So listings here. So
the tangled web we weave. Oh man.
Yeah.
I think we're getting into next time, dude.
Yep, I think so too.
Because you're gonna have to pull that command kind of apart.
Well, kind of. I think
Well,
actually I think what we would need to do is make this game state and then do claims office and then do
oh, so
listings.
drill into it where it is on the state. Okay.
I think that is the right thing to do instead of having this here. But that means we're gonna have to do that here too because this is taking it from that was getting passed in, which is great if it's the only time that we ever need to get it. But maybe what we could do is pass in the claims office instead of it going to the game state.
Save yourself a level here.
Yeah. It's kind of what I was thinking anyways.
Yeah, but the game state's like everywhere. It's kind of the universal object we're passing around.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about like every stream, so glad I got it in this time.
We almost didn't. Almost didn't. Oh. Yeah, I know there is no. I should put some kind of check on the file name.
Alrighty.
All right, so you got one now in the listings. If I do claims, I should have one. Let's see if I go to the store and I gotta buy two. Then I can go.
Go to control room to equip.
Yeah. I'm tired of that. We'll do one. All right, so normal, firm. Okay, so that's good. What I want to be able to do now is be able to do claims, see that it's in use. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to the claims office. Buy number 2. Now we should be able to look at listings. We should see no. Okay. And then we should be able to do claims. And we see the other
We
one
have
now
two
that has
and
that.
one's in use, right?
Yep. So I should now be able to go back to the control room and still use that. All right, good. So now claims, we see them both in use. All right, so let me save. See that it's test 6. Let's quit and see if we can come back into this and it work.
I think it's gonna. I think we got it now.
All right, so claims, we've got 2. It's showing them both in use. We should be able to go to the claims office. And this should be empty. It's empty.
No claims. Very good.
Yep. We can do diggers here. We see them there, so they're both working. Yeah, I think we're pretty good, Pete.
Yeah, man. That did it. It was a lot of round and round to get there, but we got it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't too bad. Awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, it's great that we now added that in there, and now we actually got it saving and loading, so that's all, an important piece of what we were trying to do. So.
Yeah, we accomplished what we set out to tonight.
Yep. I think that's good. I
Yeah,
will. The only thing I got to do is go through here and make sure that there wasn't anything, because there's actually a couple of files that are now singular or have like a couple of classes in there that I want to fix. And
right, they don't need to be broken apart. We can do that before next stream, though.
yep.
If you want, we can even get on early.
Yeah, it sounds good. All right, awesome.
All right,
All
I
right,
guess
Pete.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You want to give us an alien storm before we go?
Oh yeah, let's do an alien storm. Oop. Now we just keep them going. We should make it where you can kind of say, hey, I want to do a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, right.
I think
Give it like a number.
it's like, gotta make it so I can try to grab them. Awesome. All right, everybody, have a wonderful night. Pete, you do the same.
You too, buddy.
And we will catch up. Well, I guess we'll catch up on Friday. I should be available on Friday,
All right,
barring
cool.
anything crazy.
That's a fun stream. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.